Welcome to Casa Museo Quinta Bolivar, located in the Santa Fe town.
This is the big house of one of the most important person in our country, Simón Bolívar.
Enter by the main door. Towards left side found the Hodos room, where Bolivar went long hours of work in the company of friends and advisors. One of the modifications made by it to this room was the construction of the fireplace, which asked to adapt to the Prussian style in white marble.
In front of the stove is the hall of Manuelita, who at the same time was hoster and political counselor of the Liberator. She received the visits, held social meetings, and took care of the Liberator in his stage of disease and despair. There are few objections of Manuelita, because they were burned because of their death by diphtheria.
Split into parts. On the side so is a work of painted Pedro Jose Figueroa, which shows the elevator hugging the American continent, symbolizing allegorical be an indigenous crowed with feathers and a carcass full of arrows.
It's known that in this room, parties and organs of organized celebration were held in celebration to celebrate the victories of military campaigns and large dances to attract the gangs of domestic and foreigners search of the global acceptance of the new republic.
Towards the left side, next to the large living room, we find the Liberator's room. Here he rests during his stay. It is known that Bolivar used to read long hours before sleeping. In the room we can find two swords on a trunk lined in black leather. One of them was welcomed to Bolivar for his achievements in favor of independence in Peru.
We enjoy the music played the boards, especially the threesome and the ropilla. Towards the end of the main hallway is the dining room described by Jose Quesero Ramos in memories of Colombian oath of 1877.
The dining room, placed between two gardens and with a large windows, was elegant, in a shaped L form. It had painted deforestation and other allegorical figures, and in the third principle, a portrait of Bolivar crowned by the Genesis, and around the legend, Bolivar is the god of Colombia.
Faced with the east door of the dining room, starting on the left side, we found the room of Jose Palacios, faithful server of the Liberator, which remained next to him from his childhood. Next to this room, in the south, we found the pantry, with an internal access door that takes the kitchen of Bolivar. He liked to prepare the salad and was convinced that nobody prepared him better than him.
Insects, which were then replaced by barrels to keep the best.
Behind the pantry and the kitchen, we find the orchard, place that the taste of the liberator was cooked by vegetables and legumes. At the time, this place was careful of the Spanish Hortoni Jose Maria Alvarez. This place stands out as one of the first urban orchards built in Bogota.
The stables located behind the pantry evoke the figure of Bolivar in the company of one of its best known horses called Paloma, a white horse of great stature with a tail that fell almost to the ground and which could have gone through the finger woman's forms during the Liberator's stays at field.
Pines, shrouded and surrounded by collapsed roads, is the pool it place to store the waters of the San Francisco River. Its construction is related to the Bolivar's costume that was bathed frequently.
Finally, in the west addresses the viewpoint and a bathing seat built in 1826 on plans drawn by the Liberator himself.
Who entrusts this task to his friend Jose Ignacio Paris. In this way, the testimony of a passive era in the way of those who traveled their paths and that they were inside their walls. Who entrusts this task to his friend Jose Ignacio Paris. In this way, the testimony of a passive era in the way of those who traveled their paths and that they were inside their walls.
The 5th century continues its step in time, telling histories of the past from the proximity of Montserrat.